What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's take a look. Terra Luna Classic bucking the trend right now as the global market recovers from that huge sell-off yesterday. We'll be taking a look at the burns and some interesting developments coming from Tobias Anderson, one of the lead developers over at Terra Rebels. So if that's anything like the sound off, be sure to like this video. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel where we talk about cryptocurrency, Terra Luna Classic, and everything else. So let's dive into this video. So taking a look at the global market, you can see up 4.21%. Now, don't get too excited with this. We are still $873 billion, a significant way from where we were not only 3 days ago, back up at that 1.06 trillion. So it's still a huge pullback in the market. We see Bitcoin trading 17.3, did bottom out about the 15.5 range, which is absolutely insane. We can see 2% up on the 24-hour. Ethereum having a better market share in terms of 6.04%. If you look at the dominance, we see BTC at 38.1 and ETH at 17.9. They are interesting numbers to reference as people are going into altcoin, and we know, even when you tell people not to, that people chase those green candles. BNB back up nearly at $300. Again, had a big bottom out, but up 4.5%. As we move down the market, we can see some real winners coming out of yesterday. We see Polygon Matic up 30%. If you've been watching my live streams and keeping up with those, you'll know that that was an opportunity to buy in, and you would have been making some serious money on the back of that. We see SHIB movement as well as the whole market starting to move in the right direction. When we take a look at Terra Luna Classic, the 35th highest ranked cryptocurrency, again keeping that 35th place, we are at $1.2 billion market cap with a $500 million volume. Again, I talked about this in my video yesterday. Volume is our friend when it comes to both on-chain and off-chain in some of these exchanges. Volume is our friend. Now, it is down 5.7 as we have seen some big moves in the market. We'll take a look at the technicals in just 1 second. But if you look at the historical data from volume, we can see yesterday 570 million, 457 million, some good numbers in terms of the volume. I'll be updating you over the course of the next couple of days where we sit in the second week of, remember, that monthly Binance burn. So pretty exciting. Let's take a look at the technical charts, and this for me is a really bullish chart right now. We obviously had this huge move up the other night in terms of a what we kind of class as whale manipulation with a big sell-off, but then we had this incredibly nice run up and we are consolidating sideways. This is what Terra Luna Classic likes to do, consolidate sideways. Now remember, we do absolutely follow the opposite to Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin starts to move, we tend to see Terra Luna Classic go the other way. Now, we had some immense CPI data at 7.7%, which is absolutely insane. It definitely was expecting 7.9, so we then see the market rally. But Terra Luna Classic really starting to do well. We see some money flow coming in and RSI trending really nicely. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch over the course of the next few days. Even if we move out to a slightly bigger time frame, we can see the green coming through on the 1 hour chart, and this is absolutely a positive move in the upward direction. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Terra Luna Classic, but right now those staking rewards still coming in as the price moves up 5.5%. Well, what else have we got coming that is good news for this? Well, the top DeFi projects by social activity, and again, this is really important for things like Terra Luna Classic, as well as a number of those small cap community tokens. You can see obviously Solana, FTT, huge social interaction as people want to know what's going on. People obviously conscious and concerned about their finances. But as we see here, Luna Classic with over 8.5 million in terms of engagement, 7.6k on social mentions. Again, we have a number of tweets trending over on Twitter. Always good to see the Luna Classic army coming out in some real force. Now, getting into the main meat of this video, particularly around Tobias Anderson, like I said, the lead developer in Terra Rebels. He was talking openly on an AMA, and it says, Tobias, the lead developer at Terra Rebels, acknowledged that the burn rates for Luna Classic will be low for the next few years. During AMA of the community, he said that the burn tax at 1.2% would have taken close to a century to burn enough Luna in order to bring Luna price back to $1. He further stated that the ecosystem needed its economic engines running again through swaps and higher trading volume, which even if it has a lower burn tax to pay, would nevertheless end up burning things a lot faster. And ultimately, what we've talked about, we need to see things like decentralized applications, small, usable, continually burning applications built on Terra Luna Classic. Now, there does feel like there is a movement coming, a big shift from Luna into Luna Classic, and I think when we look at all of the technicals that are attached to Luna Classic, certainly the stronger blockchain is Luna C. However, more people are building, more people are comfortable and confident with Luna 2, but this will change. Controversial proposal gets passed. Again, this is a significant point here where we have the sign-off of the governance proposals passed with less than 30% of the validators voting, and it is important. This is 10879. This is the community governance around movement of funds. And the reason this is important is it does show that things can be passed with a smaller amount than we would expect to see. So again, you can see here only 24 validators voted to pass this proposal, the biggest being Interstellar Lounge. A lot did not vote, and I guess there's two things here that frustrate me on this. As validators, you are both upholding the network, but you are the voice of the people invested in Luna Classic. So for some of these not to vote on this proposal or to even action with their communities does feel a little bit frustrating, and it does kind of make this a bit of a mockery. We can see 103 validators did not vote, and it's important to reference that. It means that we have not got true governance when it comes to Terra Luna Classic, and I do think it's definitely worthwhile referencing because we want to see this governance pop. That's why people are in it. That's why we genuinely believe that we are going to start to move. Even things like Crypto King, Bean Bird did not vote on this. You know, Classy did not vote on this, and we've got to really understand why that is. As community validators, we have to take the community's opinion first. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you can vote on this with your own thing, but the point of validators is they uphold the governance and allow things to pass. So we'll kind of see what this happens. I'm sort of in the world of it could be a benefit. Equally, if we've got projects that want to come on board quickly, this could be a stumbling block in getting those on quicker. So again, we'll have to see kind of how this pans out, and equally this distribution of the funds. Now, if used well, we could absolutely see Luna Classic begin to really accelerate over the course of the next moves. And I think if we get really positive market sentiment, then we definitely should see some really bullish moves in the market. Now, with that being said, there is a lot coming with Terra Luna Classic. We continue to build, and sometimes when there is no news, like they said, it's always good news. Again, we are building in the background. The community continues to go stronger. The market globally is recovering. And I think for me, that is an exciting point. Again, there's a couple of questions that sit, a couple of real bits where we hold these validators to account in terms of what they're doing, as they are the validators for our investments. And it's really important that we're making the right decisions, both for the longevity of the Terra Luna blockchain, but for all of our investments as well. But overall, a good move in terms of the price. Volume is up. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel because you're going to get all your information around the burns so you can make the best investment decision of your time. As ever, guys, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like on the video. I'll catch you in the next one.